بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Number one reason to have a bad ending. Number one is insisting on the sin. You insist that this website, I'll keep checking it every time I'm alone. I insist that the moment there's no supervision away from me, I'm going to text that girl I know I'm not supposed to. I insist on doing that stuff. I insist that, you know what, okay, I'll pray. Okay, I'll do that stuff. But hijab, please, talk to the head. I insist on committing that sin, not ever wearing it in my life. I insist on never praying. One time, two brothers were going to ride into a bus. And then that bus had only one empty seat. So the brother said, you know what, I'll go first and you take the next bus. He said, okay. He went in the bus, one last seat, sat, and he noticed that the girl beside him was hooking it up in terms of looks and so on. So the makeup, the perfume, the mini skirt, and all kind of stuff. So he said, he's a practicing brother, so he said, you know, I stepped away a little bit so I don't have body contact. And then he said, you know what, let me give her advice, a very nice one. And he told his sister, you know, your clothes upset Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah is not pleased with such clothes. So please, inshallah, if you can cover yourself, that'll be great. Subhanallah, very nice way. She told him, oh really? He's like, okay, 1 second. Look, she insists. She didn't feel bad. She said, call Allah. This is a true story. Call Allah and tell him to tell me that personally that he's angry about my clothes. Go ahead. The brother said, Wallahi, I was so scared that I thought that the earth will open and swallow the whole bus, for how crucial that statement is. And then at the end of the ride, the bus fare was collected at the end of the ride. So the bus driver said, okay, fares please, okay, so $1.50, whatever it is. And then he said, okay, we're missing one person. So the guy is like, yeah, the girl beside me didn't pay yet. So he's like, excuse me, ma'am, she's dead. SubhanAllah, Wallahi, this is a true story, I heard it 2 days ago. She was dead. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if you insist on your sin, this is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will grant you probably about this bad ending. And may Allah protect us from this, inshallah. And complete opposite of a good ending when you realize that you're insisting on sin and you decide to change. Let me tell you a very important hadith. Rasulullah said, إِنَّ اللَّهَ يَقْبَلُ تَوْبَةَ عَبْدِهِ مَا لَمْ يُغَرْغِرْ. Allah accepts your repentance as long as you don't go through the gharghara. Gharghara is like I'm saying, when you're about to die, your repentance at that moment is not accepted. But why? Allah accepts repentance inshallah anytime. But doing gharghara is not accepted. Because gharghara is when the angels come down. And then you realize the reality of life. And you realize this whole thing you've waited all your life about. And then you notice the angels and you're like, oh, this whole thing Osama told me was true, man. This whole thing Ahmed told me is about true. At this point, your repentance is not accepted. So I hope that we don't realize at that moment.